Hi guys, welcome to another travelling corner video, and in this video you get to see me go from Portsmouth to Hayling Island, but in a completely different way. So at the moment you've joined me at the back of a 23 and make our way into the harbour. And because what I'm going to do at this point is, on the back of a 23, I need to then go for the hard, get 25 goes to the easterly terminal of the Hayling Ferry, and then what I could do then afterwards was just get the ferry across the Hayling Island, and then I'll just grab a couple of drinks. I'll do a quick pit stop along the way, and then I've got a bit of a walk between the terminal and the nearest bus stop. So it'll either be a 30 or a 31 I get. It'll most likely be a 31 because 31s go up, they go through Mendham first and then through West Town. But the 30, so you're starting at Havant, the 30s go anti-clockwise. So they start at West Street and then go up through Mendham that way. And then you've got the 31s that go clockwise. It'd be rather interesting to see. So with that in mind, join me back in a bit and I will see you at the hard where I'll be waiting for a 25. Join me back in a bit after this. And we're back, and welcome back to Portsmouth. Now we've just arrived at the bus stop, and this is exactly where the 25 will pick us up. So we've got about 25 minutes for a 25, 23 minutes up there, and we're just going to Eastney. So I shall show you quickly where we stand.
It looks old.
With that, so with a small amount of time left to go, we can then go to the Hayling Ferry, and then I can just go across. Question now that I find myself asking, it says, I mean I know it says it's contactless is preferred, but do they still take cash? Because that's the only way I've got it, is in cash. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. And also, in which case, well, let's have to see what happens. But either which way you look at it, I'm very excited, and I just can't wait to take you on this adventure with me. So join me back in a bit as I take you around the 25. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and you've just joined me at the front of the 25. Going to make our way into the Hayling Ferry terminal of Eastney. Now, I'll just quickly show you what views I'm seeing at the moment. This is the front part, just about to pass the university campus over there, which that brings back many happy memories. Although one of the buildings that was the biggest part of my life, which was the Nuffield building, had just about been knocked down a bit of a while ago, and it was one of the biggest buildings. It was the building that played the biggest part in my university life. As in, I used to go there because the chaplaincy used to be there, and then I had support there as well because I used to have extra assistants, had extra support because I've got autism. So that all took place in Nuffield. It's just a shame to see it get knocked down. Now, I found out that they do plan to remodernise Nuffield building, but whether that comes to pass or not, well, that remains to be known. I hope they do, because at least it doesn't leave so much of a bittersweet moment. It's just as it just continues to upgrade. We're just making our way through Old Portsmouth at the moment, as it's just going to just make our way to Old Portsmouth because this is the way the 25 goes down. There used to be a 15 bus that went round this way. I don't think they do them now, which is a shame. But what I will say is, come to think about it, is I am thinking about doing like a little mini travel series where I can see if I could take all of the buses in numerical order. There might be a bit of a challenge and a half, but it's one that I'm willing to take. Now, I know the one starts around in the Portsmouth area, and I know that the 2 does as well. 2 starts at Gunwharf. Both the 1 and the 3 start at Southsea. But it's just the other bits as well. The X, when it comes to 4 and 5, the X will count as well. So X4, X5, well, they'd be easy to take because they both start at Portsmouth and they both go to Southampton, so I wouldn't have to worry about change at Ferry. Although I think at some point I might just do, there's a 5 on its own, so I think rather than doing that, yeah, well, I'll have a look at that more along the lines when I get there. But join me back in a bit as I take you around the terminal of Hayling Ferry. Hopefully I'll be able to make it to the ferry on time because we left about 5 minutes behind schedule, and there's a 13-minute connection usually between here and the Eastney terminal. But join me back in a bit and I'll see you at the Hayling Ferry terminal at Eastney. And I'm back, and this is the terminus for the Hayling Ferry. I've just got off the 25. I think that's the ferry just down there. I'm hoping this will be the point where I find out whether or not they take cash. I really hope they do because that's all I've got. And if they do, well, if they don't, well, I'm stuck here for another 50 minutes. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's a Hayling Ferry. Hayling Island's over there. It literally only takes 3 minutes to go between here and Hayling Island. Yeah, so this is Portsmouth, over there is Hayling Island. Come with me and we'll be on the ferry and I'll get to walk with you down that part of Hayling Island, and I'm very excited. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back and I have made it onto the ferry, and well, I will say that this is a rather interesting discovery. So as I said earlier, here I am on Portsmouth and over there is Hayling Island. I tell you what, the view from over there looks absolutely stunning. I'm just surprised we can actually go from one island to another in just 3 minutes. Now, if you went to go from this one to Gosport over there, it'd be 5 minutes. It's just rather unfortunate though, they don't seem to do returns. You have to do it in 2 singles, so it's £7 because you have to do 2 singles, and then you would have to do, so you have to do that, so it's £7, and then you've got £5.60 for, yeah, £5.60, well £5.30 even for the Portsmouth to Gosport ferry. But this is again a very interesting looking ferry. I'm looking forward to doing this again sometime soon. You just got to factor in the 25s as well. Well, join me back in a bit and I will see you on Hayling Island. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back and welcome to Hayling Island. So this part on is of Hayling Island, and then you nip across and then you just hop on the ferry and head over to Portsmouth that way. Now I have a funny feeling because there's a Portsmouth sign, there's a sign that welcomes you to Portsmouth on this side of Hayling Island. Now it's important to note that there's obvious reasons as to why it's there. So this bit welcomes you to Hayling Island. So this part is, so this side is Havant, and that's not the Portsmouth sign. The Portsmouth sign will be elsewhere. But this bit's Hayling Island. I wonder actually, no, there is no Portsmouth sign there, but I'm pretty sure that there is one around here. This bit welcomes you to Hayling Island. I am going to nip into the pub though and grab a water before I continue on with my walk down to the bus, because what I need to do now is get either a 30 or a 31 back into Havant, and we shall do that. I shall do that after I've stopped rolling. Join me back in a bit and I'll get to take you along a walk down to the bus stop into Havant. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back. Now something tells me that there used to be a bus that came here, that used to come here, drop you off and took you to, it brought you to the ferries. But it also tells me that it hasn't been around for years. I mean, look, the lettering's peeled off and we've still got double yellow lines, even though this side's particularly broken. But it's an absolute shame because I definitely think we could have done something like that, but never mind. We're just going to go across because this is a seaside area. There's also a blind corner coming up, so I've got to be careful. There's the blind corner. So I'm just going to nip across here. I'll get to take you along this seaside. And let's just take it around. Let's take it around this area. I've just got to be careful because there's a blind corner. Just going through. This is really interesting what I find here. That's just a car park, but at least we've got another area of Hayling Island. So we're just going to quickly go across here because I'll now take you on a walk to the next bus stop, which is about a couple of miles from here. So just want to take this carefully until I find a pavement and all will be well. It might also interest you to know that there used to be a Portsmouth sign which welcomed you here. It welcomed you at that point, and that's been taken down as well. Rather, a haven't sign had been erected. Don't know when that was taken down, but there we go. And so begins a slow walk back to the bus stop, which is a bit of a way away. And signal on Hayling Island, particularly this part, isn't particularly good. So yeah, you can just expect some bad coverage. I'm wearing sandals as well, so this might come to show as to what's going on now. I've walked this path before, so it won't take that much of a getting used to, but it is a long walk. Don't worry guys, I'm not lost. I know where I am. Well, I should do. I lived here for 6 years. But join me back in a bit and I'll be on the next bus going back to Havant. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back. And talk about that for a living. I could have had a heat stroke earlier. I mean, lucky enough, there was a hotel half a mile from the Hayling Ferry, but just as I was making my way over, I'm usually a lot better than this, but as I was making my way over, just making my way over to the nearest bus stop, I started to come over very weak, and by the time I got to the reception desk of the hotel, it was just like Dinah Warren, Signer Warren, I just plumped on the desk, and then they came over, got me a chair because at this point I thought I was going to pass out. They thought I was going to pass out. It got me a glass of water, and then I had a glass of squash, and then they got me a small bowl of chips. So what I'm going to do at this point, just when I think about it, there's a path nearby, I'm going to take it. There's a pavement nearby. There we go, that was safe. But what we're going to do at this point is I'm going to get a 30 and go to Sainsbury's, because I'm going to grab a few drinks, grab a few snacks as well, because I haven't really eaten all day. It's just suddenly, all of this has just suddenly dawned on me. And it's just, I don't really think about it until I'm actually doing stuff, until I'm actually at that point. But join me back in a bit, and I'll just make my way on the bus to Mendrum. Join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back, and I just have to say, it was great to be back off my feet again. I do actually find it rather ironic that I would be on the cusp of having a heat stroke earlier. That close, really close. Was going to pass out and everything. But I just find it rather ironic in the sense that I actually drunk. I've actually been drinking very well. So I had a can of Pepsi Max when I was in Portsmouth, when when I was waiting for the 25. And then just as I arrived off the Hayling Ferry and I went to the pub, I had a glass of water, but then I also drank plenty of water before I left the flat. So I do find it really rather odd that even after all that, I would still come over really weak. I mean, is this sort of, I like doing challenge videos, particularly when it comes to travelling. But I think, yeah, this one nearly finished me. But I'm alright now. Nothing to worry about. I'm absolutely fine. I'm going to head off to a shop and grab some more drinks and some snacks, because it just suddenly dawned on me that I haven't eaten anything all day. So I'm going to do that, and I will see you on the next bus. Do you want me back a bit after this? And I'm back, and I feel a lot better now that I've had bits to eat. So I've had a couple of crunchies, which has definitely put me right. I've just had one of those pocket steak and marmite, which I actually really enjoyed. And then we have I had a smoothie as well. So I feel much better now. Just making my way back to Haven, and we're just going to just sort out bits and wrap off another challenge. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.